Hello everybody and welcome back to Elderberry Sprout. So I know recently I just did my 2023 planner lineup, but there have already been some changes and I'm totally fine with that. I've seen a little bit more guidance in my life of the direction that I'm going in, and I'm going to make alterations to fit that. So starting off, one of the big changes I made was I decided to take my bullet journal out of my traveler's notebook. Now that was because this particular journal, the way I have it filled, it was gaping quite a bit. I've been adding a lot of stuff to this, and it made it really difficult to keep writing in this book in the other signatures. So the functionality of it just wasn't there anymore. But man, have I been enjoying decorating my monthly spreads in my bullet journal. So I've been loving the functionality of my bullet journal recently, and I wanted to share with you my February setup. So I'm so proud of myself for being able to use pink this time. I oftentimes feel this pressure to use like bright pink for February, and sometimes that's a little bit of a grating color for me. I do like pink, I just don't like really super intense like neon pink. So I'm really proud of myself for figuring out a way to like incorporate that soft feminine like light pink color while still making it in my style. It's not, you know, super grating. Anyway, here's this spread. I really like how it turned out. So I've got my calendar here. February, I used some washi tape. I cut it out for the days of the week there. And here I've got my moon phase like task tracker for each week. This is this is kind of a beginning of a printable I want to make, or maybe even a sticker pack. That shows the moon phases as they're growing. So it kind of shows you where you're starting, where you're ending, and I'm going to make it so that you can have all 31 days, or you can trim it back to 28. So I like the idea of having it based on the moon and then having a little bit of overlap because we have more than 28 days in the month. So I'm really liking this system so far. But anyway, I like the light pink. It has kind of a tan color. It also has the brown, which I'm really loving because I've been grounding in my spiritual practice a lot recently. So that brown is feeling really like grounded and embodied, you know. So last month I realized I had just a strip of color on the side, and I thought I might be able to use the other side of the monthly setup since I trimmed these pages so they can keep seeing these habits. I figured I could use this other side as reference as well. So I made these little tabs on it. Let me show you that. Well, actually, first let's go through all the weeks. So, got this. It's a little dark on the side. I probably won't do that again. I really like how I integrated browns and pinks together with a little bit of tan in there. I also have a lot of like collage-y papers and weird old junk I mixed in. Oh, and here's my Valentine's shop restocking list there. But that was the first tab because I've been really working on planning out how I'm going to do this Valentine's restock. So that's that tab there. I don't know what these other tabs are going to be, but they're going to be referencing important stuff. And I think it's a really clever idea that I'm utilizing both of those like side columns so that I can actually get the most out of my journal. And on this last page, I have this, this is just something I took off of Pinterest and I printed it out and glued it in here. Heart overflowing with love. I just love that. That's so cool. It kind of brings to mind the idea of filling up your own cup first and then having it overflow to others, right? So I'm just focusing on myself, pouring love into myself, being present with my emotions and experiencing what's in my body. So that's really exciting. I've been feeling really good doing that. So with that, I keep my general daily to-dos in my bullet journal, and I keep my kind of more long-term goal setting and like brainstorming really mainly in my traveler's notebook. Let's go through which signatures I have in there. So to start off, I put a clip at the top because I want to make sure I can have my book pages open and flat when I'm using them. The first signature is my reference signature. So this is the one that would have reference and lists, all of my my vision board / inspiration pages that I like to reference if I'm feeling in a funk. Let's see, I also have my thrift store listed here somewhere. Oh yes, the center page, one of the most important locations. So I have my thrift list in here because I don't like to rewrite it. So this signature is essentially going to be keeping stuff that I would have traditionally migrated from journal to journal. So it's a little bit longer term, but it's not quite as long term as my super long term signature. Now here I have a little list of all the different signatures I now have so that I can come to this list and say, okay, I have this idea, where do I want to put this? Because these signatures are supposed to serve a function, and if I don't know what function they're serving, why are they there? So I'm going to have something that I need to write down, come to this list if I'm confused about where to put it. So the other signatures in here, I have a brain dump, a reference, which was this one, my spirit book, sewing projects, general projects, long term, and then my bullet journal over here. So my brain dump is this one. Let that shit go. That's just to get all of my ideas out, and then once I see the ideas, I can take them and move them somewhere else if I need to. But most of the time, just writing the ideas, getting them out, is enough. So I can either add to-dos that I end up, have something's stuck in my brain and I need to turn it into a to-do item, I can put that in my bullet journal. But other than that, it generally ends up just living in the brain dump. My reference lists, things I reference frequently. My spirit book, so that's like my book of shadows, is this next one. Right there, he's almost all the way filled up, so I need to make a new one of these guys. My spirit book will have astrology, spiritual research, spells and rituals, pattern observation, so that's like if I see myself in a negative spiral or an unhealthy thought pattern, the observation of that and how I'm going to go about changing the energy and mixing that up. I'll write down that in my spirit book there. Then I have my sewing project signature, which is this next one, which is in my old folder here. Same sewing projects has been there for a while. I've got my pen on this one. I'm almost done with that one as well, so I'll make a new one. Then my project signature. So this is one that is a new addition. I used to have a different kind of like research signature, but I feel like research was a little bit too broad because I have spiritual research, I have like actual physical like house repair research type stuff. So these are going to be physical projects that I'm working on. For example, I have this computer stand that I've made. So I've already made this computer stand, but I want to add a shelf for my keyboard to sit on so I can have a little bit more storage there. So it's just gonna have the dimensions and like a little list of the different tasks I need to do to complete this. Because I realize these are the types of things that I oftentimes don't have enough space in my bullet journal for, and I do a lot of these weird projects just around the house or like, I don't know, for my business, like when I'm setting up my farmer's market booth, sometimes I'll need to make display items. So this is a super useful signature for me. And then my last signature is my lifelong term. If you guys have been on this channel for a really long time, you may even recognize this exact signature. It's been around for a very long time. So it essentially has, let's see, it's got important dates for each month. When I'm setting up new bullet journals, I'll reference this for the different holidays. And it also has a page like this, where for each year, when I'm migrating out of my old bullet journals and into new ones, or every 6 months really, I will transfer the main concepts of what happened in each month onto this page, just so I can look back at each year and see what I've achieved, what time periods I got certain jobs at. It's just an easy reference to be like, wait, when did that even happen? Was that 7 years ago? Was that 3 years ago? Because sometimes it all just mushes together. Life goes pretty fast. But anyway, so I might redecorate the front of this, but I'm liking it so far. I actually got this little plastic cover on it because I made this in like 2017, so it's about time I like update it, make it a little prettier. But anyway, so those are the signatures I have in here. I have a pencil and a pen, which should be all I need for that. And I am liking how in this book I'm now able to write fully on a page that is open, because I've been just encountering this problem where my big bulky bullet journal wasn't allowing me to have a page sit open like that, right? And this isn't even a center a center signature either. This is the one that's off to the side, and it's still splaying open perfectly. So I'm glad that I decided to take my bullet journal out of here. It adds a lot more functionality to the traveler's notebook itself. And all of the things in here I realized I don't need when I'm out and about, and it's just my bullet journal that I need when I'm out and about. So I used to have my bullet journal and my spirit book, or spiritual journal, Book of Shadows, whatever you want to call it, in my traveler's notebook, but I realized I wasn't using my Book of Shadows when I was out and about, so there's no point in me bringing it along with me. And most of the stuff, if I do have an idea when I'm out and about, I can write it in my bullet journal and then transfer it when I have enough time and actually get deeper into the idea while I'm in my traveler's notebook, which stays at home. This comes with me. So those are the changes so far. Changes. And I'm loving them. There's a couple more changes I would love to share with you guys, and that is, let's see. So for Valentine's Day, I'm creating a grimoire collection for you guys. It's going to be a grimoire bundle where it comes with a grimoire, a candle, and a candle holder. So it's kind of a self-love package for yourself. And I finished these little emblems that are going to go on the front of each of the journals, and I just love how they turned out. They are so fun. So here's a little sneak peek at the product I'm currently developing. I'm going to restock my entire shop with a couple of little extra goodies in there on Valentine's Day, so please keep your eyes peeled for that. After Valentine's Day, it's still winter time, so I feel like there's enough time for us to pour more love into ourselves this winter. So if you're interested in getting one of those grimoire packs, please do keep your eyes peeled on Valentine's Day to pick one of them up, because there will only be 6 of them. So I also wanted to share with you guys that I have this printable that is going to be coming out on the Valentine's Day shop restock as well. This will be a freebie. It will come in this dark brown color, white with colored graphics, and then a black like ink saver version as well. And this has a whole bunch of self-love reflection prompts. So you guys can tell I've been doing a lot of shadow work and like my grimoire with me's and whatnot. So I figured it would be awesome to share some prompts with you guys so that you can do the same if you're interested. Again, this will be a freebie and it will be available on February 14th. So keep an eye peeled for that. I'll have more videos out before then, but for now, that's the information I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. As you know, I just got over a little bit of sickness, feeling much better now. And if you like this kind of casual, like, update video, I would love to hear a comment down below saying so, because I've never really done a casual style video like this. Anyway, I hope you guys have a magical day. Bye.